Now, one story we've got to tell when you're standing in a Sonoran desert is the story between birds and the vegetation. In fact, the architecture of the Sonoran desert is created largely by activity of birds. Here's a prime example. Take a look at this plant, which is a desert mistletoe. In this particular case, it's sitting in a mesquite tree. Some people say mesquite, some say mesquite. The mistletoe is consumed by the desert phainopepla, beautiful bird with a crest coming up. This bird eats the berries produced by the mistletoe and then passes those berries through its digestive tract, poops out the berries. The berries land on the bark, on the trunk of the tree, and a new mistletoe clump sprouts. So look at this architecture, the pattern of plants on other plants. That's a result of bird activity. Here's another story just below. Take a look at these saguaros. These are baby saguaros. This saguaro here is probably 20 years old, 30 years old, 20, 30. Here's 4 saguaros right here. And in general, people find that saguaros tend to grow in the company of or in association with larger trees like this mesquite, ironwood, palo verde. And the story is that these trees, these large trees, provide shade or protection from predation so that this is the place that baby saguaros can survive. But there's a twist to the story. There's more to it than that, and that involves birds. Notice that there's many saguaros that tend to grow together under these so-called nurse trees. And I think the reason is that birds eat the seeds when they're produced in midsummer. The bird that's most important, I think, is the white-winged dove. They come to these nice open fruits, red fruits with jet black seeds, chow down, and the seeds go into the digestive system of the white-winged dove. White-winged dove, where does it go? To sit in a big tree like this, poops out the seeds, seeds fall under here, and I think that helps explain why we see so many saguaros growing together underneath one of these nurse trees. Now, if the only thing that's important in producing this particular architectural pattern in the desert, the association of the saguaros with large nurse trees, if the only thing important is that the nurse trees provide protection and there's no role for birds, you'd expect to see baby saguaros everywhere in the desert. In fact, you'd expect to see seeds, the saguaro seeds, if you looked for them, everywhere on the desert floor. When people who have looked for seeds actually find that most of them are already under the tree. Ooh, cactus wren. That suggests that the seeds are already being dispersed underneath the tree, and this is because the birds are passing them through their digestive system, dropping them here to begin with. So that helps produce the pattern, a role of birds in producing desert architecture.